So I grew up in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, and my mom was only 17 when she gave birth to me. And unfortunately, she picked someone who was a drug dealer, drug user. And when I was 2, my parents got divorced. And then when I was in 2nd grade, like I've never saw my dad, so I didn't know my dad. My mom never talked about him. And then when I was in 2nd grade, she said to me, your dad's going to come over because he's going to go to prison and he wants to see you and your brother before he goes to prison. But he was a stranger to me. I've never met him. And I didn't even stay in the house. I just remember my brother and I ran out and sat underneath a tree about like 2 blocks away, and we didn't speak to him because we didn't know him. And because my mom had to then work 2 jobs to support us, my brother and I were always alone. So when I was in 8th grade, my mom told us she's been going to Waupun prison, seeing my father, and she was now in love with him again, and that we should come with her to the visit because when he gets out, he's going to come live with us. And my brother and I were very upset because, again, he's a stranger. We've never met him. And as a child, because it was a maximum security prison, so you have all these guards with their weapon pulled. And again, it was a disassociation about, I really didn't feel anything besides, what am I doing here? I don't know why I'm here. My mom wants me here. And so I just came for the snacks, basically. The vending machines, like all the way around the room. So I don't remember how many times I visited the Waupun prison. I would say every other weekend for 6 months. And then he had a hearing to be released. So my mom all shows up like the happy family, like me, my brother, and he's going to come live with us and we're going to live happily ever after. So he gets early release and he comes live with us. He's not educated at all. So he gets a job flipping burgers at a restaurant. So to him, selling drugs is a lot easier than sweating flipping burgers. So within 2 months' time, he's out selling drugs again, and my mom has to kick him out. And then I never saw him after that. So as a child, obviously I had trust issues because my mom also, she's overwhelmed. She had this baby when she was 17. My dad's in prison. So one time she gave us away to my aunt. And so there you go, trust issues. Like, there you go. She just gave us away because she had to go to Canada for some guy because she herself was looking for love. And it was very lonely as a child. And you do have trust issues because your mom's also lying to you all the time. So when I was little, I knew she was lying to me about what she was doing and what was happening. And then in 8th grade, like I said, she went to Waupun prison behind our back. So that's another trust issue. So basically, when you grow up with incarcerated parents, well, I should speak for myself. There's so many lies that are going on that you always have trust issues. Like even today, I'm 53 and I don't trust people. As a child, I never felt angry at my mom or my dad because I really was dissociated. And there was a brief time later in life, I don't know, I think my mom was 40 or something, that I expressed anger towards her, not because of who she was when she was younger, because she was a child when she had me. So, and I wasn't even mad at my dad because these are both, I don't want to go into the whole history of how they were brought up, but mostly, in my opinion, incarcerated people are wounded people. They need to be healed. I don't even want to use the word damage. They need to be healed. Something happened in their life. And same with my mom. To date someone like that and to marry someone like that and to have a baby at 17. So I never really had anything except for my mom when she was older because she never grew up. And that just hurt me because I needed a mom. I didn't have a mom when I was a child. I don't have a mom now. I love her dearly, but she's not a mom. And I need to be taken care of. And that has never happened. And it's heartbreaking that it will never happen. So that's the only time I felt angry is, I don't remember her exact age, but like 40. She just wasn't there for me, and she's an alcoholic, and it's painful. Now, what I'm really dealing with is trust issues. I don't trust people. But yeah, I believe in therapy. I believe in meditation, mindfulness. But as a child, I was so disassociated that, like I said, when I met my husband, it's like, oh, my childhood was great. I didn't realize it was bad until I brought my baby home at 28. I held my baby, because our emotions don't just live in our head. Our emotions live in our body. It's visceral. So all the pain I have, like, even though I couldn't express it to my husband, I didn't even know about it, but I'm holding my baby, rocking in the chair, and I just start bawling because no one ever held me. And I guess the saddest I've ever been is not when I was a child, because I didn't know better. It's everything that I give my children, that I'm happy for them, but I want to cry for myself. But I'm very grateful that I'm able to give them the things that I didn't have. And I'm not talking about material things. I'm talking about hugging and kissing, and I love you, and you're great, and I see you, and what do you need help with? Can I help you with anything? I didn't have those things. So I talked to my children about my dad and about my mom. And I even took them to the house where I grew up on, because I started kindergarten early at 4. I had to walk 12 blocks. Like, what 4-year-old walks 12 blocks by themselves? So I talk to my kids because I want them to be grateful for what they have, because they have so much. So I talk about it all the time. Especially living in Los Angeles, you see a Ferrari or a Lamborghini, I'm like, that's not it. So it's just about being grateful for what they have, because they have so much. And maybe they don't have this, but they have things that are more important. So we talk about my life as a child all the time. I talk about it all the time because I want my kids to know where I came from, and to be grateful and to help others up along the way.